The Power of Bad, How the Negativity Effect Rules Us and How We Can Rule It by John Tierney and Roy F. Baumeister is a fascinating exploration of why bad experiences, negative emotions, and threats tend to dominate our minds more than good ones, and what we can do about it. Drawing on psychology, neuroscience, and real-world examples, the book shows how our brains are wired to prioritize the negative as a survival mechanism, but also how this can distort our perceptions, relationships, and decision-making if left unchecked. The authors explain that negativity effect, a psychological phenomenon where negative events and emotions have a stronger impact on our thoughts and behavior than positive ones. This bias evolved to help humans detect danger and avoid harm, but in modern life, it often leads to overreactions, pessimism, and anxiety. The book's core message is that once we understand this bias, we can learn to mitigate its power and make better, more rational choices. The book opens with striking examples of how one bad moment can outweigh many good ones, from a single insult ruining a day to a minor setback undoing months of progress. It highlights how the media, politics, and even personal relationships are shaped by our tendency to fixate on what's wrong rather than what's right. This "bad is stronger than good" principle is deeply ingrained in how we think, react, and remember. Tierney and Baumeister argue that this negativity bias has consequences at every level of life, from parenting and education to business and leadership. In schools, for instance, negative feedback often discourages students more than positive feedback encourages them. In marriages, a single harsh comment can cause lasting damage, while countless kind gestures may be overlooked. The book suggests practical ways to counter this imbalance and foster more resilience and appreciation. One of the key insights is the rule of 4. It often takes about 4 positive interactions to outweigh the impact of one negative one. While this isn't an exact formula, it serves as a guideline for maintaining healthy relationships and self-esteem. By being more mindful of how often we dwell on the bad and dismiss the good, we can create a more balanced emotional landscape. The book also explores how negativity is exploited in politics, news, and social media. Because bad news grabs attention and generates emotional reactions, it spreads faster and sticks longer than positive content. This negativity loop keeps people anxious, outraged, and engaged for all the wrong reasons. The authors encourage readers to become critical consumers of information and to consciously seek out uplifting stories and solutions. To combat the power of bad, the authors suggest building what they call a positivity circuit. This involves intentionally noticing good things, celebrating small wins, and practicing gratitude. Even simple acts like expressing appreciation, writing down achievements, or savoring good experiences can help weaken the brain's fixation on the negative and build psychological resilience. Tierney and Baumeister also look at how successful people and organizations thrive by minimizing the influence of bad. Great leaders, for example, give constructive feedback while also boosting morale with frequent recognition and trust. The best schools and companies foster environments that support risk-taking and learning from mistakes, rather than punishing failure harshly. In personal life, the book stresses the importance of relationships as buffers against negativity. Supportive friendships, strong family bonds, and positive social interactions act as counterweights to life's inevitable stresses and setbacks. The authors emphasize that small, everyday acts of kindness and connection can create a powerful shield against the drag of bad. Another strategy discussed is preparing for the bad. By anticipating setbacks, criticism, or failure and mentally rehearsing how to respond, people can reduce the emotional impact of these events when they happen. This doesn't mean expecting the worst, but rather building mental strength and flexibility to handle challenges without being overwhelmed. Ultimately, the power of bad is not about denying the existence of negativity, it's about understanding its influence and refusing to let it control our lives. The authors encourage a mindset of awareness and action, urging readers to focus on the good, practice perspective, and resist the pull of pessimism. In doing so, we can lead more balanced, hopeful, and empowered lives in a world that too often rewards fear over facts.